in a land far, far away, there was a village. And in the village, there lived this terrible, terrible giant. His name was Yoyo. And he had filthy, dirty hair because he never washed it. And it hung down over his eyes. And he had long claws. And they were filthy, dirty because he never cut his nails. Nobody ever took care of himself. And his clothes were scraggly and dirty because they never washed. And he was a terrible giant. He would walk along the town like this. Yoyo was coming! Quick! Run! Hi! Yoyo is coming! The townspeople would run away, because they were terrified of Yoyo. Because Yoyo was so big, and he was such a terrible giant, that if he was hungry, and he was walking in the fields, there was a cow, he would go, oh, oh, oh. Ah, that was good. Now I think I'll have a sheep. And he would pluck up a sheep, and he would swallow a sheep whole, clunk, clunk. And then when he was thirsty, he would go to the river and he'd go, no more river, gone. Well, in this town there also lived a man with his little boy. Now the little boy was a very nice little boy, and he played the ukulele, bonk, bonk, bonk. And then his father, however, the townspeople were really annoyed at his father. Because his father had this magic stick. He'd go zip, zip, and he'd cause all kinds of trouble. You want to know what kind of trouble? Yeah. If somebody sat down, if somebody wanted to sit down because they were tired after a hard day's work, they would sit down and the father would go zip, zip, and the chair would disappear, and the poor man would fall down and hurt himself. And then if somebody was thirsty and the father saw he was thirsty, the father would watch him pick up the glass of water and he'd go zip, zip, and the water glass would disappear. He used to play tricks on the townspeople all the time. And they were so angry that the townspeople came to the father and the son and they said, get out of town, you! Get out of town, you're an outcast. And so the poor father and the son, they went on the outskirts of town and they found themselves a little hut to live in. Well, one morning, one dark, dreary morning, the little boy looked out the window and he saw the shadow of Yoyo. And he, Papa, Papa, wake up! Look what's out there. And the father said, that's Yoyo. And all the townspeople were there, and they were frightened, and they were worried, and they didn't know what to do because Yoyo was there, and Yoyo could eat them and everything. And the father said, maybe if we could get Yoyo to lay down, I could make him disappear, just like I make the glass disappear, just like I make the chair disappear. The little boy was a very smart little boy. He said, well, Dad, I have a good idea. So the little boy went out of the cabin. And the father said, don't go out there, don't go out there, Yoyo is going to eat you. And he said, it's okay, Papa, I have an idea. So the little boy goes out there with his ukulele and he starts playing. Yoyo, Yoyo. Yoyo, Yoyo. And suddenly the giant stopped. He had never heard a song before about himself. And he started smiling, and all the gook in his mouth started drooling down, and his hair stood up, and he started waving his dirty arms, but he was so happy. And then the father said, Yoyo, if you play, little boy, if you play it fast, we can get him to dance. And if he dances and dances, maybe we can do something. So the little boy started going, Abby-yo-yo, Abby-yo-yo. Abby-yo-yo started, Abby-yo-yo, Abby-yo-yo. And the little boy went faster and faster, Abby-yo-yo, 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 Abby-yo-yo. And he said to all the townspeople, sing! Abby-yo-yo, 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 Abby-yo-yo. Well, they sang and sang so fast that everything that Abby-yo-yo got exhausted. And he just lay down, and then the father went, zip, zip, and Abby-yo-yo disappeared. And then the townspeople came and they hugged the little boy, and they said to the father, we're so sorry, we apologize, you're not a pest, and you're a good little boy. Please come back to town.
End of
That's
story.
the end of the story.
Now the beginning like Abby-yo-yo.
Now, I'm not absolutely sure that I got it all in, because I haven't done it in years.
It was modern. To do for fun.
Here's the audio ones I heard. That's the best one.
Oh, you
White
heard
one
it?
in the family.
Well, I mean, Keith Bigger used to do it. And he's one of my heroes.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I got, as my grandchildren were born, I got each one the book, and the record, and the whole thing. So.
I never heard it till you did it. I never heard it.
Was that for us?
What was that?
What?
Was that for us?
Yes, it was. Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was for them.
It sure was.
But I like